In this video, I will show you how you can change one page orientation of the Microsoft Word to landscape while keeping the rest of the document in the portrait format. So if you're interested in knowing this, then keep on watching. Now I have a document with me which contains 3 pages, and all 3 pages are filled up with the text, and all 3 pages are in a portrait format. For example, I want to convert the page 3 into landscape while keeping the page 1 and page 2 as a portrait. Now the problem in the Microsoft Word is that if I go to the layout and change the orientation of the page from portrait to landscape, it changes the orientation of all 3 pages, as you can see right now. But this is not what we want. We want the page 3 to turn into landscape while 1 and 2 remains in the portrait format. What you need to understand is that the page orientation in Microsoft Word is applied on the sections and not on the document, which means that if you have more than one sections in a document, you can change the orientation of each section regardless of the orientation of the other one. Let me explain by the demonstration. Okay, now in order to see that how many sections are there in your document, what you can do is that right now, as it is displayed in the status bar, your page number and the word count, you can display the section also by doing the right click and then from the menu selecting the section. And now you can see that there is only one section in the whole document if I go even till the end of the page. So we need to create a section between page 2 and page 3. So I click at the start of page 1, and then I need to go to the layout, and from the layout I need to go and click the breaks, and from the breaks I need to select the section break. And in this case you need to understand that if you want a blank page or if you want the section to start from the next page, then you can click the next page, and if you want the page continuity, then you can click the continuous. So I have selected the continuous, so as such there is no difference. But now you see that once I am on page 2, it is displaying here as section 1, and as I go to the page 3, this is telling me now that this is section 2. So now we can change the orientation of the page 3 without disturbing the orientation of page 1 and 2, because the orientation, as I already told you, is applicable to the section only and not the document. So one thing before changing the orientation is that we need to delink the section 1 from section 2, and for that I need to double click somewhere in the header or footer, and as you can see that right now it is saying same as previous, which means that whatever the formatting you would apply on section 1, it would be applicable on section 2. So we need to delink that. For that you need to go here in the headers and footer tab, and from here you need to click the link to previous, which means that you need to deselect this. As I will deselect, you can see that the same as previous has gone away. Similarly, I need to go to the footer, and in the footer you can also see that it is still same as previous. I need to delink the footer also, so I will again click link to previous. Now my section 2 is delinked from the section 1. Now I can simply close the header and footer tab, and now while clicking somewhere in my page 3, I can go to the layout and I can change the orientation from portrait to landscape. And now you can see that the page 2 and page 1 are in portrait, whereas the page 3 is in landscape. Let me show you in the print preview. As you can see that now my complete document, which was 2 pages, it is in portrait format, while the page 3 is in the landscape format. Now let me summarize at the end that in order to change the orientation of a single page into landscape while keeping the rest of the document as portrait, you need to create the sections, and then you need to delink that section from the rest of the document, and then you can apply the orientation to that single page, which would be a separate section. In any case, thank you for watching this video till the end. If you like this video, hit the like button, share and subscribe.